The New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers. That is your Eastern Conference matchup in 2025. Yes, the Indiana Pacers knocked off the Cleveland Cavaliers and the New York Knicks knocked off the Boston Celtics. Here we are. So these two teams are fascinating. The New York Knicks went 2-1 against the Indiana Pacers during their regular season, and both wins were in blowout fashion, by the way. The one win that the Pacers did beat the New York Knicks, they also won in double-digit fashion. As we all know, the regular season doesn't correlate to the playoffs. I mean, the Knicks went 0-4 against the Celtics, then wound up beating them 4-2 in a 7-game series. So the New York Knicks are chasing their first final appearance since 1999. I mean, if they were to make it, the energy in NYC, we already saw what happened after Game 6. If they make it to the NBA Finals, the city may just very well burn down. Look, the Pacers just beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, and this team is no fluke at all. They're obviously led by Tyrese Haliburton, but they are very deep. They are very well coached. And during the playoffs, the Knicks defense will be tested against this Pacers team, and the Knicks defense has actually been really, really good. I mean, they obviously had some game-winning defensive plays versus the Boston Celtics, but the Pacers are shooting 53.8 efficiency field goal percentage, and they are elite in transition. That is an insane number, 53.8% efficiency field goal percentage. They are playing elite offense currently in the playoffs. It's led by Tyrese Haliburton. Look, he is a fuel to the engine. He's playing like an MVP currently. He knows how to get his teammates involved, and he shoots the ball with ease. He's taking a lot of threes. So the Knicks defense will be tested. The transition defense will be tested in this series, especially against this Pacers series, which, like I said, likes to run. The live ball turnovers are deadly against Indiana. You cannot turn the ball over against this team. They run and gun. Their offense is just playing at an elite level currently. I would expect some regression to hit within their offense. Then again, it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. They could just very well keep performing at an all-time rate. I mean, as a team, they are shooting 40% from three, 50% from the field, and they're very deep. Rick Carl likes going 9 deep. I mean, you have Ben Shepherd, Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell, Ben Mathurin, and defensively, the Pacers are actually playing better defensively in these playoffs. Look, something to watch is obviously Tyrese Haliburton versus this New York Knicks defense. Haliburton is the engine. He's the table setter, elite decision-making, so you're going to have matchups with Mikal Bridges guarding him. OG Anunoby, I think, will be on Pascal Siakam. So Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart. I mean, the Knicks have the defenders to throw out Haliburton to kind of make his life miserable. And what I loved in that second round is that this Knicks defense has, like I said, took it up a notch. So I do think this Knicks defensive schemes will be ready for Haliburton. You can throw Mikal at him. You can throw OG at him in certain situations. This Knicks team matches really well against the Pacers team defensively. They just have to get back in transition like they did in Game 6. And when they have their mind set onto playing phenomenal defense, I think this Knicks team can be really, really scary. So you're going to see a lot of Mikal Bridges on Tyrese Haliburton. Also, you know, the Pacers will target Jalen Brunson and Cat defensively. How do the Knicks hide them is going to be a key factor in this series. As Miles Turner guard Josh Hart, I think that could free up Karl-Anthony Towns threes. I think Karl-Anthony Towns could have a big series in terms of shooting the basketball. Karl-Anthony Towns in these playoffs hasn't shot the ball well. I mean, he hasn't taken enough volume to really gauge if that finger's really bothering him, but the post-ups have been there for Karl-Anthony Towns. Really is a gifted scorer, but I think this series alone could be a big series in terms of spreading the floor for Karl-Anthony Towns. I think this could be a major, massive series for the Big Cat. As we all know, OG Anunoby, he went to college in Indiana. He loves playing against the Indiana Pacers. We all know that he had a big Game 2 in MSG before. Unfortunately, he hurt his hamstring, knock on wood. And, you know, that was all she wrote after that. But Anunoby loves playing against the Pacers. He's went to college in Indiana, loves playing against Pascal Siakam. Those two are boys and buddies. So sneaky player that I'm watching, X factor for the New York Knicks, is OG Anunoby. I feel like there's going to be a couple of games when you're going to be looking at the box score and he's going to have 25, 26, 27 points. You're going to be like, OG's phenomenal. And I just think this time off is crucial for OG Anunoby, resting that hamstring, get treatment, get his mind right, and I think Anunoby could have a big series as well. Mitchell Robinson needs to own the paint in this series and contain the Indies' rim pressure. I think Mitch has been phenomenal, as we know, in the Detroit series versus the Boston Celtics. Phenomenal. They were doing a hack of Mitch to get him out the game, so we'll see if the Indiana Pacers will do a hack of Mitch to try to get him out the game as well. But I think our wings need to show up in this series, you know. Mikal Bridges, Hart, OG, they need to show up in a big way to counter the Indiana Pacers' athleticism, and I think they will. I think Mikal Bridges is the perfect defender for Haliburton. Obviously, they're going to try to get Mikal off of him. They're going to try to hunt Brunson and Cat. One thing that these Knicks have shown you is that they make adjustments. We've seen it in the Boston series. We've seen it in the Detroit series. So I think defensively, the Knicks have the personnel to match up with the Pacers, but still, you just have to give them their props. I mean, they're literally playing at an elite offensive level currently in these playoffs. So like I said, Pacers have endless bodies. I mean, they go, like I said, they go 9 to 10 deep. Knicks have more top end talent than the Pacers. I think Brunson has a chance to be Eastern Conference Finals MVP in this series. I think he can have a big series. Look, the Pacers are going to throw Nembhard on Brunson, Nesmith. They all defend well. Pacers are really playing some sneaky good defense as well. Turner with the block shots, Nembhard. Brunson, I think, can cook that matchup a little bit. Nembhard gives me nightmares, by the way. Knicks fans, if you know, you know. Then Nesmith, you know, he's a really good defender, a really good on-ball defender. Don't underestimate Indiana's defense. At times, can they have lapses? Yes, but I think, you know, they really have good one-on-one defenders, and they're going to try to make Jalen Brunson's life miserable. You could try, but you probably won't succeed. So the potential X factors, the Karl-Anthony Towns three-point shooting, I think can be really beneficial for the Knicks in this series. It could be unlocked if Miles Turner is defending someone else like a Josh Hart. I think Cat can really feast in this series. Physicality, I think on the glass, you can wear down Indy's front court. I think the Knicks have to be physical with this team like they were versus the Celtics, like they were versus the Pistons, and I think that bodes well. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson minutes are crucial. Knicks have home court advantage, but the Pacers are a good road team. Both of these teams are good on the road. Pacers are good on the road. Knicks are good on the road. Even though it seems like Indiana is like a house of horror for the Knicks, it just seems like we can't win there, especially last year in the playoffs. So home court is great. Obviously, you have that game 7 sitting in your bag. I just think this series is going to be a war. I think this series is going to be a dogfight. Obviously, you're going to have the Reggie Miller's going to call this series. TNT is going to call this series. They're going to be in MSG and in the Pacers Stadium. So I just truly do think that Knicks team is hungry. They're ready. They're built for this moment. They are 4 wins away from the NBA Finals. And this is going to be a battle. Grit, half-court execution, speed, chaos. If Brunson continues this run, obviously, Pacers don't really have that guy. I mean, Haliburton is that guy, but they don't really have that go-to guy. Like, the Knicks have Brunson down the stretch in these clutch moments. Pacers, I guess you could say Haliburton, but that's not really how they run their offense. They're a very team-oriented team. Push to shove, I think Brunson's that guy to just give him the ball and get him out the way. Final prediction, I do think the Knicks can get this done in 6 games. I think Jalen Brunson will be the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And then we're on to the NBA Finals. I think the atmosphere is going to be insane, electric. I mean, we saw after Game 6 that the city's ready to explode. But this Knicks team, I think the way they're constructed, they bowled well against this Pacers team. And you just got to get one on the road, get a couple on the road, and I think they can. I think we're ready. And watch out for OG Anunoby. I think he's coming. I think this is a big OG Anunoby series. Sneaky Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I think Cat can do well. Brunson can do well. And let's go. Knicks in 6 is my final prediction. And let's get this show on the road. Eastern Conference Finals, we are here. Let me know in the comments. What is your prediction? Smash the comments. Your prediction right now. Knicks in 6, Knicks in 7, or do you think the Pacers are going to win? If you're an NBA Hoops fan, Pacers fans, I know you're watching. Give your predictions. It's all welcomed, and, you know, just enjoy the hoops. I think this will be a great series. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. Subscribe. Smash the like button. I'll catch you guys next time. As always, just let's go Knicks. Peace.